Stop doing this one thing. It is my biggest bugbear, whether it's on Facebook, in person, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Stop doing this one thing because it's killing the very thing that you're in running, or you're in sport, you're in fitness, in order to kind of get to a point and achieve. Stop making excuses. I see it all the time on social media. Somebody's coming towards a race, somebody's trying to get in shape for something, but with a race, they're coming towards a race and then they make excuses in advance why they're about to fail, or they make excuses after the race or after what they're trying to achieve why they didn't do it. Don't do that. The very reason you should be in running, or part of the reason you should be in running, is try to aim high. Try to aim at something that seems unachievable for you almost right now. Aim high and go for it. And part of winning is failure. Accept that because it's great. Obviously, don't try to fail, but part of winning, part of succeeding is failure, and failure will come. So learning to fail is so important. Be that person who doesn't complain, who doesn't make excuses. And what it does for you is it not just makes you a runner or a distance runner or a marathon runner, it also makes you that person in your company, in your company of friends, in society, that doesn't complain, that doesn't make excuses. The person who just gets it done, no matter what. I had a text this morning from a friend, and these things happen. Like when you're aiming for something, he was running a half marathon, when you're aiming for something, speed bumps come up, curveballs come up. It's about how you handle that. He texted me yesterday and said, I'm full of the flu. I've got this race on Saturday. Should I do it? And I said, rule of thumb is with illness is if it's in your lungs, if it's below the neck, don't do it, back off. If it's above, if it's kind of a head cold, if you've got a bit of a headache, if you've maybe got a snotty nose, whatever it might be, go for it. But feel it out, meaning that kind of feel how you go, see how you go, and if you need to drop out, drop out. But with that's how you would be if you're a professional athlete, if that's what you're trying to, if you're trying to constantly get better. He's in a position where he's working 50, 60 hours a week, and then he's going to the rack half marathon to try and run and just be around other enthusiastic runners. So even with the flu, he checked out how he felt this morning when he woke up, and he went anyway. So he's not made excuses, he's just got it done. And yeah, he's not run a personal best time of which he was aiming for, but he's got it done, which is great, which builds for me even more than you running a personal best, running the fastest ever time you've ever done for a half marathon. Builds much more than that. He's kind of checked his situation. He's got a couple of kids, so they're picking up illnesses and stuff like that in school. He's thought, oh, what should I do? I really want to run this race, but is it healthy for me? He's checked in with me. He's probably checked, advice on the internet, and then he's made a decision this morning. Yeah, I'm still going to go and do it. And therefore, he's made himself one of those people who, no matter what the weather, no matter what what's going on with your body, he's getting it done. He's not making excuses. He's just gone and got it done. It's more important, I'd argue it's more important to be that person, not make excuses, than to be the person who is constantly running faster and faster and faster, constantly achieving PBs. That's the easy part. When everything's going right, it's easy to be good. It's easy to be great if you're talented and you put in the work in, everything's going to plan. Who are you when things are not going to plan? When you get injured or you get an illness and you need to kind of strategically think of how you navigate this obstacle. That's the important part. Don't make excuses. Don't be that person who finishes a race and they're going for the win, or they're going for top 3 or whatever, and then they come back in the field and then they say, oh, if this was any other year, with this time I would have been. It's not any other year. It's not any other year, so it's a mad, crazy excuse that you're putting out there and you're writing it on the internet, so it could be there. It's going to be there forever. Don't be that person who makes excuses, who complains about the result. Sometimes you need to justify why you've done badly. I get that. If you kind of put it out there that you're going for a marathon and then you have to drop out because you've injured your knee or whatever, you're taking a fall, you've got to justify that. I understand that. And people are waiting on, and I've been in situations where I've had to drop out of races. And then I've had to write something on social media because there's a bunch of people saying, you know, where is he? I'm checking on the tracking, I can't find his name, etc. So you need to put a message out to people. Listen, it wasn't my day today, but I would never say, I wasn't feeling too good 3 days ago and then something's happened on my chest, etc. Don't be that person. Just write it as it is. I remember once like being in America and literally falling after, I want to say 5K, 3 miles, 4 miles. And people had expectations of me in order to kind of come first, second in that race. I fell after 4 miles and couldn't get it done. So I had to put on social media. Bad day. I fell, stupid me, probably wrong choice of shoes, whatever. And no excuse. You cannot have excuses in those situations. You can't even blame the shoes. You can't even blame, you're an idiot. I'm an idiot. I fell and busted. I wasn't used to the terrain. I should have got there before. I have to draw a line under that and go again. You just have to be the person who doesn't complain. When things don't go to plan, don't make excuses. Just get your head down and go for it again. It's so important to be that person. Just don't complain. Don't make excuses. Get on with it. And that's what makes you that determined, resilient person. All those things that we talk about, the dedication, the drive, the determination, the delayed gratification. The delayed gratification needs to push even further forward, that marathon PB or that half marathon PB you were going for, because you've just got sick. That's even better because you're waiting even longer for the gratification you deserve for all the hard work and sacrifice you've put in. Do you want to call it sacrifice? But please, don't make excuses. It's my biggest bugbear. That's all. If you disagree with me, put something in the comments. And if you agree with me that you see this on Facebook, you see it on social media, on Instagram, etc., and it winds you up, put that in the comments as well, because I'm just tired of seeing people make excuses for poor performances. And what you get, I'll finish with this, what you get is people are frightened because they've put it out there, or maybe they've not put it out there, but they've maybe told a small group of friends, or they've posted it on social media. And they said that I'm running a marathon on this day, and people have got expectations, like they have expectations of themselves. And then they start to get nervous, and they start to get frightened and worried that they won't achieve what they wanted to achieve. They won't achieve what their friends are expecting, or their club mates are expecting, whatever. So they start to make excuses before, my training hasn't been perfect. Your training is never perfect. The training is never perfect. I always say, like, get fit, do 12 weeks training, 10 weeks dedicated sessions, 10 interval sessions, 10 long runs, 2 weeks taper. And then if you hit 80% of those sessions, so if you get 16 of the 20 sessions right, you're in PB shape. That's how you want to work it out. The training is never perfect. There's going to be times within the training that you get sick, and then you need to navigate. But it's the way that you navigate those obstacles that makes you that gritty runner. And that's what you want to be, because it helps you out in the rest of your life. It's perfect. Okay, rant over.